Welcome to Motivational Monday. Have you ever heard this? Shoot first, ask questions later, right? Let me ask you, have you ever done it? Have you ever had a boss do it to you, right? I see this so many times, and I got to be honest with you. You guys know that my training comes from my deficiencies. It's from my desire to be better than I am, and I've sought out how to be better. We've all made these same mistakes. We've went and we've made assumptions. Something happened. We've made assumption somebody else was fault, and we went on the attack without knowing what? Without knowing the whole story. Now, do you want to be like that? I know I don't. I know I've done this more times in my career than I've wanted to, and my goal is to never do it again. We all deserve the right to be better today than we were yesterday, don't we? My mom always tells me that. She's a wise woman. That's a smart saying. I want to be better. Don't shoot first. This is what happens. A customer comes in and says, your salesman didn't call me, didn't. And sometimes as a manager, we react immediately and we go tear the salesman for not doing. Let me ask you something. Buyers ever tell non-truths? They ever stretch the truth? Does their recall ever different than what the actual truth is? I'll tell you, I would say 80% of the time that I reacted poorly to a buyer's complaint to my team, shot first, I was wrong. 80% of the time, the buyer distorted the facts, or the customer distorted the facts to get what they wanted. And there was an explanation. You know what I'm saying? Either way, even if the salesperson or service person, even if my team's at fault, it does you no good to attack them. Our first goal should be what? Go in and say, here's what's happening. Here's the problem. Can you tell me in your words what you see happen, right? And when you do that, you know what we have? Most of my team would say, yeah, she's right, I blew it. When they screwed up, when you go to them, first seeking to understand, most of them just come clean, right? Guilty. If you attack them, they attack back and justify their actions. So if you shoot first, nobody wins, everybody loses. So what am I asking you to do today? It's so many times that personally, not just professionally, personally, we make assumptions by witnessing one piece of a scenario or hearing one sentence or one story from one source. And that might even be in our friends, in our family, in our church, in our circle of influence. We may be judging without knowing the whole story. Isn't that true? What should we do? Solomon said to answer a matter before hearing it, it's your folly and your shame. What was he saying? The first person who comes out seems right until you hear the second person's story. He's saying, get the information first. Save, don't get emotional, don't be insulted. Go and get the information first so you can help if the person, both people that are affected by it, be better and feel better. Good selling.